Inbound placement service fee has gotten a lot of chatter in the Amazon community. If you look right here under the seller forums topic, inbound placement service fee, lack of logic. There are a lot of people who are unhappy about this, and it is completely understandable. So I wanted to just kind of walk through some of the nuts and bolts of it, some of the things that we can do, some of the things, options we have, options we don't have. And first I want to start off. Often the first place you run into the inbound placement fee is in your shipping workflow, but there's a better way to approach it. First, go into inventory, hit manage all inventory. And if you click on, let's find a listing that's active right here. If you click on the revenue calculator, way down at the bottom, inbounding cost, effective March 1st. And it's going to tell us that inbounding cost is the total of your inbound placement fee per unit and shipping costs to Amazon per unit. Use the inputs below to estimate these costs for your product. Key word, estimate. So what is here, what you can research and play around with is an estimate. And you're not guaranteed to run into these same options or these same charges when you actually go to create your shipping workflow. But this gives you a great place to start looking at it. So we have this product, and I want to see how many units I have to send in before I can avoid the inbound placement fee altogether. So let's say 100 units inbound. Oh, it looks like all it's going to give me, let's see, Amazon optimized shipment splits. So if I will split it into 4 shipments, it's telling me I can probably avoid that fee. Partial shipments, you can see that it's 24 cents a unit to the west, 23 central, and 18 east. You can also 1 shipment west, central, and east again. What I love about this is you can, before you get to that shipping workflow, you can start playing around with where is that sweet spot? How much inventory do I have to ship in to maybe avoid it altogether? And while you're at it, take a look at what your per unit storage cost is and really weigh, can I tolerate maybe sending in more inventory than I want? Is it maybe worth it to pay additional months of storage costs to avoid the 24, 35, however much it is, cents per unit? Every product, you're going to have to do these calculations on and find what's that sweet spot between sending in enough inventory to maybe avoid the fee, or in some cases, it's just not worth it. So this is a great place to kind of test it out. Obviously, when you go into your, let's walk through this. When you go into your shipment workflow and actually go to send to Amazon and create a shipment, and as you work through this workflow, when you get down to the bottom, it's going to tell you, these are our options, these are the different fees, and it's all here. You can test out, but a word of warning. At the same time that these inbound placement fees have gone into effect, Amazon is also going to start penalizing you if you create a workflow and then abandon it without deleting it. So if you, like all of us in the Amazon industry right now, are playing around trying to find that perfect balance of enough inventory, how many different boxes to ship it in, make sure if you go, yeah, I don't like these options, let's start all over again, make sure to cancel your shipment. It will avoid any sort of abandoned or forgotten workflow fees that Amazon's going to start imposing, as well as pending shipping workflows will make it so you have less inventory space available because Amazon thinks it's coming in. So a few little words of caution there. This resource page that you can find on Seller Central, it's called the the title is 2024 FBA Inbound Placement Service Fee, really has everything you could need to know about it all in this one write-up. It's dry, boring reading, but sometimes you got to do it. And in this case, I really recommend giving it a once over, finding the nuggets that really pertain to your business and your brand, because every brand is different on what is going to be an item that moves the needle for them in terms of profitability. Be aware that this is happening. Notice the differences between sizes. Small packages, 21 cents to 30 cents to send to a single location. If you're talking something big, bulky, oversized, it could be upwards of $6 a piece. Depending on your profit margin, these really make a difference. It's important to read over this and know how this impacts your bottom line. I'm hearing from a lot of sellers that they've seen their inbound total cost to ship inbound double. That is so much. So in addition, they go through, how is it calculated? And once again, you referred to earlier where we looked at the revenue calculator, trying to get some estimates, seeing the logic behind it, if you can say there is logic. In addition, there's some great kind of FAQs in this. What can I do to maximize the number of inbound options to select from? What can I do to reduce or avoid the inbound placement fee? If I use the Amazon warehouse and distribution, how will the inbound placement fee affect me? And what they're telling us is right here, this gem. If you use AWD, you won't be subject to the FBA inbound placement service fee. This could be huge. If you're currently juggling a 3PL, maybe it's time to look at AWD and see how those rates compare to your 3PL rates. Auto replenishment can be fantastic. Amazon is really pushing supply chain by Amazon. You can click here, learn more. Global logistics can also be fantastic. Let Amazon do what they do and have them take care of your inventory from your overseas supplier all the way through. The more you instead of fighting against Amazon, work within the system. Let them help you. Where can I review? We kind of went over that. How can I estimate? And that's here in the revenue calculator. And on it goes. So, moral of the story, read the resources Amazon has given us. Do your research. Find out what your estimated fees are going to be by looking at your revenue calculator and really weighing all the different factors that are involved. What are your storage fees versus the inbound placement fee? Can you afford to send, instead of maybe 100 units, send 200 or 300? And what's the impact? And how quickly can you turn that inventory? There's so many factors that we really have to be looking holistically at, not just eliminating one fee or paying one fee at the cost of another fee. So I wish you the best of luck. Do your research, look at your options, and find the sweet spot for your business.